appreciate you clicking on the link here. What are we talking about here? This is a sensitive subject. I'm no bantam featherweight, so you're not going to hear me complain about weight. Now, I'm not going to speak for Cam. Cam's no bantam featherweight either, but Cam seems to be bothered by the James Harden case and the James Harden situation, the gentleman that they are calling Fat Albert. Is that what you understand? Cam's calling him fat. Hey. Now, for those that are under 30, they don't know Bill Cosby in his heyday. They didn't know that in the 80s, 90s, he had the Cosby Show. He had the show where he was drawing and all these great things. And I was a kid. Look, I'm not making light of Bill Cosby's situation. I understand in the last 2 years he's had a lot of problems. I disagree with all the problems, but I'm just saying when I was a kid, as a child, when he's drawing cartoons, we didn't know he was a bad guy. But Fat Albert is trending from what I hear. So, Cam, you seem to be more enraged than I am that James Harden, they're calling him Fat Albert because he's fat, he's overweight, and everybody. I thought in 2020 you're not allowed to fat shame people. You feel differently? You think you should fat shame them?
Professional athletes, yes. The bare bones minimum, your job as a professional athlete is to be in good condition. And for him to show up to training camp like this is just, it's disgraceful. It's saying, I've given up, I don't care. And I guarantee you, whenever he's traded, because he's going to get traded. He's not lasting the year in Houston. He's going to get traded.
I think so. You think he's going to get traded?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's before the season starts next week. He's not lasting the year in Houston.
Okay. Now, are you saying he's going to get traded because he's out of shape? Or tell me, I want to know the driving force why you think he's going to get traded.
Well, he's made it known he wants to be out. All his teammates know it.
So what? You know my philosophy. If I'm the owner,
I'm not paying you $80 million to sit at home and eat Doritos, right?
$40 or $50 million to stay at home and eat more pizzas, eat more Domino's, eat more subs and pizzas. No, I'm telling you what I would do. You're not telling me. I understand James Harden's at a different level.
You're not telling me where we're trading.
You're telling me where you're going to go. I understand the Houston Rockets are going the wrong way.
You're not a free agent, right?
You're not telling me we have agreed you're my player. Okay. I have the rights to your services. Okay. You're not telling me where you're going. Okay. It's like it's like we use the Microsoft debate. It's like if we work at Microsoft, okay, if you sign a contract for me from Microsoft and you say, okay, Cam, I'm going to write code for you for 1 year for $120,000. Okay. And then cool little Snapchat 2.0 says, hey, Cam, I've got this great new startup. We're going to pay $1 million. No, you're not leaving.
No.
We've got a deal. You told me you're going to write code for me for 1 year for $120,000 or whatever the number is. You're not leaving halfway through to go write code for the cool new Snapchat or Uber or whoever. That's not how it works. Okay.
No, it's not.
In your everyday life, most normal people work for a salary or an hourly wage. $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year, whatever that number is, $10 an hour, $8, whatever that number is, most people work for a salary or an hourly wage. NBA players are different. They are not paid. They are paid a salary, but they are paid an obscene salary. Obscene. Yes. $20 million, $30 million. I mean, I just did it yesterday. I could bring it up again with Giannis. I want to say he makes like $356,000 a game. Some absurd, ridiculous. Most Americans would be thrilled for $356,000 for a year. For 2 or 3 years, most people would be happy.
Never mind 1 day, right?
Not on 1 day, one game. We're talking about a 40-minute game. You get $356,000. I mean, I sent Kyrie Leonard a tweet a week ago. I said, hey, buddy, if you're too uncomfortable talking to the media, pay me $360K. I'll do it. Pay me $360. I'll do it. I'll do it for $260. Final offer $250. No problem. And I'll call myself Kyrie Irving. I'll put on a Kyrie Irving jersey. I'll come out there. I'll say I'm Kyrie Irving. Next question. And I'll gladly answer the questions for 30 minutes. Whatever they got, I'll go through the process. You give me $250,000. These guys are getting $250,000 a game. It's like, guys, I understand you're at a high level. You got to try to identify with average Joe. You've got to try. I know you're not an average Joe. Is it too hard to try?
No. But it's just, to me, my thing with overweight, I mean, from all the overweight athletes we've seen over the years, Sean Kemp, at the end of his career, got huge, as we all know. Jared Lorenzen, the hefty lefty. All these guys. The list.
Always a big guy. He got up. He was playing at like 330, 340, the only 300-pound quarterback, and then he got up over to 400 pounds before he tragically died, went down a very serious road. But yes, I would agree. If you're a professional athlete, yes, you get paid millions, even if you have a compulsion to eat or. I mean, look, if I had that kind of money, I could hire a training staff, a group. I could have a team of people that could help me along the process. If you can afford.
LeBron James invests $10 million a year into his body health.
You say 2 or 10?
10.
Was it that high?
LeBron James spends $10 million a year on the health of his body. Correct.
That's a lot of money. Now, granted, he makes $100 million, but so 10%. I mean, you're talking about food, and so a lot of that stuff he would do anyway at that level. But yeah, I would agree. These guys today make so much money that it's worth them to pay, 3 or 4. If they make $50 million, yes, I can understand spending, 2 or 3 or 4, or in his case, it's 8 to 10 million. But yeah, so
I need Harden because again, I expect him to get traded. I just need it to be to Miami for no other reason. I need to see how much Jimmy Butler loses it and how much James Harden doesn't care. It's just that would be so much. Can you just imagine that on the Miami streets? It's 2 a.m. and Jimmy Butler and James Harden are both passing each other on the road. And Jimmy Butler's going to the gym to go work out, and James Harden is coming from the club. Jimmy Butler's going to lose his mind at James Harden. It's going to be hysterical.
Yeah. When it comes to training and practice, Jimmy Butler is at a Jordan mentality level. He's not as good as Jordan, but he's at that mentality of Jordan.
He's got that killer instinct.
Killer instinct, fight to the death. I'm going to take this ragtag group of Miami undrafted free agents and second-round guys to the finals. He's got that mentality. Yep. And you're right. When James Harden is rolling back from the club at 5 a.m. and Jimmy Butler has already got an hour of workout in on the treadmill in the gym, Jimmy Butler would be the best thing. I know James Harden wants to go to Brooklyn because he wants to team up with Kyrie, who's a baby, and he wants to team up with Kevin Durant, who's soft, and they're all going to have lemon pepper wings together. Okay, that's the problem with that group. Okay,
Can you imagine him in Philly with Embiid and Simmons? That'd be fun too.
God. I've heard that rumor too. But yeah, that group, that lemon pepper group with Harden, the fat pepper lemon pepper group would not go anywhere in Brooklyn. They got all that talent in Brooklyn. They're still not going to go anywhere. The best thing for James Harden, you're right, would be with Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler. Take Fat Albert down to Miami. Now the tweets of fat shaming, send them to Cam. Look, I got no problem with James Harden. He's look, it is what it is. He's always been a heavy guy. The fact that he's getting heavier and he's got that raggedy beard and he looks like the richest homeless guy. I've got a video I'm going to link with Kyrie Irving's The World's Richest Bernie Bro. James Harden is the world's richest homeless guy. He just has a homeless beard. He needs a haircut and a fresh. He is looking rough.
It looks like he's had about 400 McRibs since they came back a few weeks ago.
He's had a lot of McRibs, but like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the love.